can I ask one question? The question that I asked earlier, how are these laws not unconstitutional? Can anybody answer? I've been asking that question for 30 years.
You're going to have to ask the Supreme Court, because we don't decide what's constitutional in the legislature.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, my name is Matt Simon. I live in Goffstown. I'm New England political director for the Marijuana Policy Project. You've heard from me many times before. I'll be very brief. The document that's going around is just a one-pager we printed up last year describing the details of the home grow provisions in House Bill 573. So I intended that just as a reminder of what the House did pass last year by a vote of 81.7% of the House. I don't remember the raw totals, but the bill would have allowed patients to grow premature plants. And the side-by-side comparison puts New Hampshire's proposed law last year versus Maine's law, which has been on the books since 1999. Patients are allowed to grow up to 6 plants in Maine. It's much easier to qualify for Maine's program. Patients are not required to register with the state. It's a much more libertarian policy overall than anything we've even talked about here, let alone passed. And in case anybody's concerned that letting a few hundred patients grow 2 plants in an enclosed locked facility is going to either increase chain use or lead to some other massive problem, I would merely point at the bottom right-hand corner of that Maine versus New Hampshire page in the chart. It shows Maine's high school student, and this is the percentage of high school students saying that they've used marijuana in the past month, which I believe is the best indicator of current use. In 2010 in New Hampshire, that number was 28.4%, and in Maine it was 21.2%, 7% lower use by high school students. I wasn't going to talk about Harry Anslinger, but because the previous speaker mentioned, I just want to point out that he is at the top of the back page, and there's a nice little history lesson there, which does in fact include a quote from the American Medical Association in 1937 explaining its opposition to the Marijuana Tax Act. So I would echo his sentiments in 10 seconds by saying, I think he's right. The history of this issue is not a history of science prevailing in the halls of public policy. So I urge you to pass this. I think the restrictions of the 30-mile rule will be objectionable to some patients, and I think that they'll get over it because this would give the people who truly need it safe legal access within a few months, as opposed to waiting until summer of 2015 at the earliest, I believe, for dispensaries to be online. So thank you. Be happy to take any questions.
Any questions from that? Thank you very much.
Thank you.